Hi, I'm going to show you how to properly save your Photoshop PSD file so that it correctly retains your image size when you're submitting a file to print as either a JPEG or a PDF. One of the most common issues that we see in the Imaging Center is when a file is submitted, we open it up and it is not the same size that the student specified in the form. For example, this file of Sophie with Santa Claus, and I have my guides all set to inches just for the example. This is supposed to be an 18.92 inch by 13 inch file. So, if I write that this is supposed to be the size 18.92 by 13, and when the IC opens it and it's like 27 inches by 34 inches, we know that there's something wrong. So we always contact the student, but more often than not, when the person is saving their file in Photoshop, you just have to go File, Save As, and then from there, you're able to save it as either a JPEG or a Photoshop PDF. So you can see like JPEG, Photoshop PDF are all here, so that would flatten it down. But a lot of the times what students do, because in Adobe Illustrator and Adobe InDesign, I guess specifically InDesign, you go to File, Export. And so this is what a lot of students do instead of saving their PDF, just going File, Save As. So they hit Export As. And it opens up this other window. And it's going to compress your file. I'm going to save this and export it without touching anything, and let's see what happens. So I'm just exporting it. I'm going to put it on my desktop, as test. And let's see what happens. So it's exporting right now. We can see my original file size is here. Let's toggle over to the desktop, open this up in Photoshop, and look at 78.833 inches by 54.167 inches. And it compressed my file to 72 ppi, whereas my original one is set to 300. So when you're saving your file, just make sure to go to File, Save As. And this is from Photoshop only. We'll get into Illustrator and InDesign and other programs, but you would just, save it with the file name that you wanted, and then either JPEG, and that's what we're gonna do for this example. And you wanna always keep it at the maximum. You don't wanna do anything funky here, and you're gonna hit OK. Now that it's saved, we're gonna toggle to Test 2, open in Photoshop, and as you can see, it holds the same file size. If you have any questions, please contact the IC at our email, ic@collegeforcreativestudies.edu, or schedule a one-on-one with IC staff via our Calendly. Thank you and have a good day.